addition to the excellent work that Numismatica Genevensis essay does in promoting numismatics as a serious field of study and building some truly exclusive coin collections, it also hosts coin auctions every several years. Although merely calling these events coin auctions, which in all fairness they are, is a bit like saying that the Bugatti Chiron is just a car. Held at the Hôtel Richemont in Geneva, some truly spectacular world and ancient coins were on offer this time, and this is but a small selection of the most noteworthy of those. The piece that certainly received the most press coverage, especially within the numismatic community, was this ancient Egyptian silver ingot created during the rule of famed pharaoh Tutankhamen. This is an interesting case as it is cast from a standard weight of half a deben from refined silver, bearing the name of a ruler, which also in this case serves as a means of dating it, and a place of origin. The hieroglyphs read Tutankhamen, regent of Heliopolis, of Upper Egypt. So technically this meets the requirements of what we would call a coin. Only this item predates the stater coins of the Lydian kingdom, of which is widely considered to be the world's first circulating coins by 6 to 700 years, as King Tut ruled between 1345 and 1327 BCE. This rare piece of history was auctioned off for 32,000 Swiss francs, which equates to around the same amount, if not a smidge more, in US dollars. And now for what I will freely admit to being one of my favorite coins, the 1839 Una and the Lion quintuple sovereign from the reign of Queen Victoria, a masterful creation by the Royal Mint's chief engraver William Wyon, to celebrate the inception of Victoria's reign as Queen. The young Queen is here represented as the embodiment of virtue and grace, directing the actions of the British Lion, inspired by a poem by Edmund Spenser published in 1590, which in itself can be seen as an allegory of the rule of Queen Elizabeth I, graded by PCGS as Proof 63 Deep Cameo. This coin sold for 240,000 Swiss francs, which is just below 243,000 US dollars. Then we have an exceedingly rare gold mohur coin from the 6th regal year of Emperor Jahangir, who ruled from 1605 to 1627, from the great Mughal Empire that encompassed most of the Indian subcontinent at the height of its power. The coin features a portrait of Jahangir himself, whose name is today inexorably connected to that of Anarkali, a courtesan from Lahore, who had a relationship with Jahangir when he was still only the crown prince, then known as Salim. When his father, Akbar the Great, found out about their relationship, he had her entombed alive between two walls. Some real Romeo and Juliet level stuff there. The story lives on in Bollywood movies and songs to this very day and has become a popular modern retelling of history. The coin itself, however, managed to attain an impressive price of 400,000 Swiss francs, which is just over 404,000 US dollars. From there, we head back to ancient Rome with the next coin as we encounter a pristine gold quaternio coin from the reign of Maxentius. In the ancient world, this would have been the equivalent of 4 gold aureus coins, or 100 silver denarii, so an extremely rare coin, made even rarer still as it was an issue of the Carthage Mint, probably from around the year 307 to commemorate the ascension of Maxentius as Augustus. Today, Maxentius is probably best remembered for his crushing defeat at the hands of Constantine the Great at the Battle of the Milvian Bridge, where, as the story has it, with his army in full retreat, it is said that he drowned in the Tiber River. The coin here managed to attain 420,000 Swiss francs, or roughly $424 when its lot was called. The Louis d'Or coins are a magnificent cornerstone of European numismatics, and in the French catalogue it is unsurpassed in terms of desirability. First struck in 1640 under the reign of Louis XIII, as indeed this coin was also, at the Paris Mint. The piece here, however, is no ordinary Louis d'Or, if that label can ever be applied to this issue, but rather a 10 Louis coin instead, minted from just over 2 ounces of pure gold and measuring 44 millimeters or around 1.7 inches in diameter. This massive gold coin was not minted for general circulation, but rather was said to have been used at the king's gambling tables instead. While mint records are silent on this fact, Frédéric Droulerge speculates that Cardinal Richelieu might in fact have directed the creation of these coins as a means to surpass Spain in terms of opulence and prestige of their numismatic issues. This phenomenal coin attained a price of 700,000 Swiss francs, or just under $708,000. From there, we stay in Europe, but look at a German 10-ducat gold coin, bearing the image of Ferdinand III, and dated from 1648. Now, this piece was completely unknown to us before this auction, and it is apparently unique, although I was told that it is referenced in Rudolf Vogluber's Thaler book, of which unfortunately I don't have a copy, so if anyone out there knows where I can find one, I'd be much obliged. Anyway, it was supposedly intended to be gifted to Ferdinand himself upon his visit to the Chemnitz region in modern-day Slovakia, which is today a UNESCO World Heritage Site famed for its ancient mines, which is a popular tourist destination. Graded by PCGS as MS62, this piece was sold for $750,000 Swiss francs at around $758,000. Sticking with the Holy Roman Empire for now, and another gold 10 ducat, but this time from the reign of Ferdinand II instead, depicted here as Holy Roman Emperor, minted around halfway through his reign in 1626 at the Breslau Mint. Another extremely rare piece with only 2 or perhaps 3 copies known. It depicts the king on horseback, followed by a huntsman and 2 hunting dogs, with the city, presumably Prague, in the background. It is said that the king was an avid huntsman, and by auction's close, the winning bid on this piece was 750,000 Swiss francs, which again comes to about roughly $758,000. The following piece is actually a medal that appears to have been commissioned to celebrate the inception of Mary I's reign as Queen of England and Ireland. A private commission by Mary's husband, Philip, who would later himself become King Philip II of Spain, intended apparently as a personal gift to celebrate the occasion. Today, only 2 of these gold examples are known, likely one of them kept by Philip himself and the other gifted to Mary. The other known example is currently in permanent collection in the British Museum, making this the only one in private hands. The portrait of Mary on the obverse is paired with an allegorical representation of peace setting fire to arms on the reverse. A singular rarity that was sold at auction for 800,000 Swiss francs, or around $808,000. But then surely the undisputed star of the show has to be this ancient Greek silver tetradrachm coin from Syracuse from around the 5th century BCE, engraved and signed by the legendary engraver Tutankhamen. The importance of this piece can scarcely be understated. To quote Catherine Earhart in her dissertation on the subject, the master engraver Cayman created a facing head of the fountain nymph Arethusa, which is easily the most beautiful coins of all time, one applauded by both ancient die engravers and modern critics alike. Based on what we know of this coin, it is most likely a commemorative piece, probably something to do with the defeat of the Athenian fleet at Syracuse, or another major event between 400 and 413 BCE. There's really no telling when this stunning coin might well actually appear on the market again, as it was sold on this occasion for 1,700,000 Swiss francs, or just around 1.72 million US dollars. If you could choose just one of these mentioned coins, which would you most like to see added to your collection? And do you think that the Egyptian ingot does qualify as a coin or not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon to know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I'm Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and of course, have a great day.